things Halloween. This is Hauntformer, and it's time to continue our discussion of the Halloween and Party Expo, or HauntCon, that was virtual this year. Today we are talking about what we saw so far, I should say, at the Morris Costumes booth. Now, Morris Costumes consistently sticks with a few major companies that are kind of under it at the expo, and that is Distortions Unlimited and Seasonal Visions, SVI. Now, Distortions has still not uploaded anything regarding their new 2021 lineup besides a couple of items, which so far are pretty neat. I want to save all of that, though, for when the rest of the lineup comes out. As far as Seasonal Visions, however, I feel like there's a good enough chunk of products that I could discuss. And I'm sure there are more on the way, as they mentioned and I talked about in the Ghoulish Productions video that I did a few days ago. But now we're going to talk about the releases from Morris, and I really should say from Seasonal Visions, because that is the producer of most of these products. Now, before I jump into the nitty-gritty, let me just say that usually I like to be a positive guy, alright? I like to be the guy to praise these products, praise the companies, say, Halloween's awesome, this stuff's really, really cool. But I have been on YouTube for years, and I've realized that honesty is key. So I'm going to be 100% upfront and honest. I did not care for this lineup. Now, I know some people like it, and I'm not going to try to devalue your opinions on it, because I realize there's a market for everything. But in my opinion, and this is something I've noticed not just with Seasonal Visions, though I can kind of poke at them, but there are plenty of other examples. I feel like the Halloween industry is being shifted from more of a adult decorator audience to younger children. And I would say, if I had to pick an age group, I'd say from the ages of 8 to 12, if I had to guess. Now, I'm sure a lot of my viewers, and maybe you watching this video, are in that age group or are a younger haunter. And you know what? That's completely fine. I started haunting when I was really young, and I do not blame companies for trying to appeal to a younger demographic. However, me being older, I'm expecting something different. And I feel like when I was a kid, and I jumped into doing the Halloween thing, the products, the props, the animatronics, the masks, everything was more gritty, I guess is the word I want to use. This was the time of zombie babies when they actually were like legit dead babies, and you had gory props, you had people with no arms, no legs, and now we get a witch, another clown, a little 3-foot clown. It's just the kind of things that are not very scary. None of these products, in my opinion, are very scary. And I'm not saying that every prop has to wow me and freak me out, but I am saying there should be a level of grit, because Halloween, and specifically haunting, I guess, really target your fears. And when it doesn't do that, I ask the question of why. Now, I understand, for example, the 3-foot tall little guys. You have a clown, you have a witch, you got a doll, you got a few designs. The little pumpkin guy. They're neat if you were like to put them in your kitchen for Halloween time. It's a little home decor piece. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not appealing to me, however, because for my uses of haunting, there's no adequate way to put that in a haunted house or put that in a scene that could make that scary in some way. Does that make sense? I wouldn't use any of those. So those I kind of dismiss as maybe a fluke for a home haunt, for a home display. But for my purposes, I really don't care much for it. Now on to the bigger ones, because the little ones I have minor gripes with, especially with the overused audio. And if I hear that again, I'm going to punch myself in the face. Oh. All jokes aside, I gotta say, the Cellar Dweller is probably overall the best one out of the lineup. I think a lot of people would agree with that statement. I think the stance, the towering factor of the character is cool. The audio is a bit interesting. I wouldn't say it's scary. I've never liked talkie props. I'd rather have him do something. Thankfully, he moves around and has a nice stature to him. Also, I'm a sucker for green, and he talks about kind of dripping toxic supernatural ooze. I like that kind of stuff. It appeals to me. But will it get me to buy him? Probably not. I don't know. The next one I want to talk about is the Phantom. Again, the Phantom's not terrible. The audio is very overused. I'm not actually a fan of the green lights on him. Usually I like green, but for a Phantom, I feel like it should have been white or a different color. I don't like the green. Other than that, though, I feel like it's very plain. And maybe that's the point, but I feel like there needs to be something more to it. It just talks and it moves. But the main one I wanted to talk about, and it will allude to my point at the beginning, is the Cotton Candice. It's a girl in a cotton candy machine. Which, if I took the girl out, okay, and I put in like a bloody torso or a bloody leg or something more grotesque, I feel like it would work really well and I would probably get it. Now, I still might get it. And the reason I want to is I want to actually remove the girl and put in something creepier to demonstrate that this could be a very effective scare prop. I think it is a good idea. I like that it's unique, but the girl is not scary. And when I see this girl with the same generic scream that SVI has used for years, spinning around like that, it's very comedic, and it makes me think that it's being advertised as a large-scale toy, because I really don't get the purpose of this. Like I said, I don't find it very frightening. Maybe some of you do. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny when I watched it. But there is a use for the cotton candy machine. I think it's a good idea. And I hate that the value of it goes down because of the way the girl is positioned on the device. So that one is a mixed bag for me. I want to like it, but that keeps me from liking it. And had it been a different thing in the cotton candy, I would have really enjoyed it. And that isn't just to be said for that character. There's plenty of other examples of props that are interesting but fall flat in some capacity. Some people go back and mod them, make them different. I would like to with this particular thing, but it depends on how much it's going to cost, because I mean, you really could just get a wiper motor and do the same thing at your house if you were so inclined. But I do like the look of it. The girl I don't like. The rest of it I actually do. So that's most of the SVI stuff. There were also a few new witches, which I could talk about. I really don't want to. I'm not a fan of witch props on the whole. I think they're very cheesy. I don't find them scary in any way. I feel like witches could be interesting with a new approach, but the same broomstick pointy hat thing gets really old. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about in this particular video. If you disagree, that's cool. You can dislike this video and leave a comment. If you agree, give this video a like and let me know as well your opinions. I want to be very upfront and I want to be honest with you guys, and I hope you respect that. And you know what? I hope that Morris will put out new SVI stuff on their channel come March-ish. That's usually when they do it. Same with Distortions, and we can see the entire lineup, because I know they can do awesome products. These, however, were just not the best. And it's unfortunate because the Halloween and Party Expo, I think, was lagging in the sense of animatronic decor. Thank you for watching, and remember, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.